Plick, hey, Plick it. Okay, the purpose of this video is to try to assist you ladies in picking a good man, a positive man, a thinking man. I would like to see our women and men in our community come together, and there's this thing going on where it's like not total across the board, but there's this battle between the sexes, so to speak. A lot of misunderstanding and confusion that's going on because y'all basically don't know how to choose men. Y'all pick the most. I'm just saying, y'all selection in men is just unbelievable. And you say you want one thing and then you actually do another, Anyway, here's the things that you look for in a good man. First thing you check out is the quality of his character. Observe the man. I mean, look, I know you women. Y'all see us way before we see y'all. And what I mean by that is that I don't care how smooth a man think he is or how smooth he think his game is, this, that, and the other. And he starts talking to a female. Hey, you know what? I'm this, that, and the other. Yeah. And then he goes to his boys and brag. Yeah, I pulled that. You see that? That's the way we used to talk back in the 70s, in the 80s. I pulled that. That means that you got to, some of y'all know what I'm talking about. But anyway, we didn't do nothing because y'all pick us out way before we even see y'all. It could be a crowded room, a whole bunch of people. As soon as the guy walked through the door, as soon as he walked through that doorway, y'all eyes are locked on that man and y'all know y'all want that man right then and there. I select him. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A lot of men don't. A lot of men don't know that y'all select us way before we select y'all. A lot of men know. Half the time y'all don't even say nothing, but y'all wishing that and hoping that we come over to talk to y'all because y'all don't want to come out of your game. And it doesn't have to be a game all the time. I'm not saying that as a negative, from a negative point of view, basically. So you look at a man's character, you look at his poise, you look at how he carries himself. And y'all can see that from a distance. Y'all can see that from afar. Is he loud? Is he bodacious? Is he, does he want to be seen? Does he want to be the man of the hour? Those type of men, you want to stay away from. That's just me. Speaking from my male perspective, my male point of view. The type of man that you want is the man who has plans in life, who wants to do something. I mean, and what I'm saying is, and the reason why I start off with character, because that man might not have nothing. See, a lot of you women, and I can't say a lot, but I'm just going to say some women, will pass right by a good man. That man can have a blueprint mapped out in his mind of where he want to be in the future as far as his plans. They have them all mapped out. And because he has nothing, or he has little or nothing at that particular moment and point in time, because he has little or nothing, y'all will walk right by him. Because y'all looking at the wrong things. Y'all not looking at his character. You didn't even get that man, if y'all had given that man the time, some of your time, and to talk to him and see where his mind is and his head is, then you probably say, wow, this guy got plans. But he might not have nothing right then and there. Now, I'm not talking about the material girls in the material world, because y'all type of females, the type of women that you're looking for a man that's already has, a man that's successful already, a man that's already has his empire built. That's the top 10% of the men. I mean, either they have success, they might be an athlete, or they might, or popularity, anything that's above and beyond the average man, per se, for the lack of better words. Y'all find that attractive. So y'all gravitate towards that and will walk right over a good man. Another thing, as far as looking for a good man, another thing to look at is his father. Is his dad in his life? And if his dad is in his life, or partially in his life, what type of dad does he have? What type of father did he have, or does he have? Is his father a womanizer? Because if his father's a womanizer, if his father's, mistreats his mom, 9 times out of 10, he's going to be that way himself, because he's going to be a product of his own environment. Unless unless he's conscious or becomes conscious sometime or point in that time in his life with him being in that household growing up, that he doesn't want to repeat that vicious cycle of what his father has portrayed in his life and what he has seen growing up. But what I'm saying is just be cautious if you run into a man. Don't judge him and don't totally judge him based on that. First, if you find that out, then find out what kind of character, does he have. Then find out how does he treat his mother. The relationship between him and his mother has a lot to do with how his relationship and you are going to work out or going to be. Believe me when I'm saying, I'm telling you something real. How he treats his mother is how he's going to treat you, because his mother is the very first woman in his life. The very first woman. His very first experience with a female is his mother. Seriously. So how his relationship is with her is how his relationship is going to be with the women throughout the course of his life, or his wife, or his significant other, or whoever he decides to be with, Now, if his mother's a toxic mother, and if she, as he was growing up, and she treated him mean all his life, and she was just not a good mother, or she was just didn't like him for no reason, and he's always wanted love from her. He's always wanted her to caress him and stuff like that, and be a mom. He might have seen his friends in the neighborhood as he was growing up, and their moms was nurturing to them, and he didn't get that. Watch out for that too. Because what I'm saying is this, what he received from his mom, they might have a toxic relationship. He might have something grow up to have something against women based on his mom. His relationship that he had with his mom. It might not be all men, but I'm saying that man every woman that he deal with, he probably see his mom in that woman and treat that woman bad. I'm trying to share this with y'all because I'm an experienced man. I've been around, I'm not turning my back on the men in my community. I'm just trying to educate you women, you females out there. I'm just trying to help our community because there's this disparity that's going on and it's not good. I know a lot of y'all are growing up without a father in the household. Y'all never had, a man to sit down and talk to y'all. Y'all never had a father to look out. And I'm talking about the ones who grew up without a father in the household. There are deficiencies in your character and your makeup. They might be benign. They might be small. The average person can't see with the naked eye, but, you can also, if you're around that person long enough, you'll see them without a dad in the household. I know that can have tremendous effects on y'all as far as how y'all select the processes when it comes to picking a man. Y'all didn't have anything to compare a man to that y'all might meet in y'all life because there was no father there to compare that man to. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to help y'all to what to look for. Now, getting back to the man that live at home with his mother. If he's dependent on his mother and he's 25. Now, if it's a financial situation, then yeah. If it's a financial situation, then I understand that. He was out there, working and stuff like that or whatever. He might have lost his job. He had to, come back home for a little while, this, that, and the other until he got his stuff together. But if he's the type of man that just living with his mother and he got this big old brand new car sitting out there, this little $50,000, $60,000 car, but yeah, he's living in a room in his mother's house, stay away from that. And ladies, don't go after all these men based on money. Why are you going to open up your legs for a man just because he has money? You know what I'm saying? That's bad because now you're putting a lot of miles on yourself. And then one day when you get a certain age, you're going to wish that you had taken the time out instead of going on these clubs and this, that, and the other and saying, oh, yeah, and then bragging to your girlfriends, oh, yeah, you know what, he gave me this and I ain't dealing with no man that ain't had that and this, that, and the other. And then you end up dealing with, and then you... In some cases, you might end up being a floor mat, and you think that you got this certain quality about you that he has to have X, Y, and Z to be with you. And in the long run, it's the other way around. It's the flip side of that. Don't go after a man because for just status alone. You go after a man for character. And look, another thing. Don't try and trap a man because he has good looks and you're going to have a baby by him. That's the stupidest thing I ever heard. And I don't know, I know some women that have done this. They haven't even talked to the man about any future, this, that, and the other, to find out what type of character this man is, or what type of man is he, without investigating his family or anything like that. The relationship he has with his mom, the relationship if his dad's still in his life, this, that, and the other. And you go on and say, oh, you know what? Oh, man, he's so fine. I want to have his baby. Come on, ladies. Y'all got to be more responsible than that. You know what I'm saying? You got to have what is called accountability. You know, you have to be responsible for your actions. And then, you know what I'm saying, own it. If you mess up, own it. Don't try and blame a man and get bitter and stuff like that because you made the wrong decision, the wrong choice in picking a man. You made that choice. You made it. Okay, I know that V down there, and y'all know what I'm talking about, that controls your emotions, this, that, and the other. So y'all always bouncing all over the place. And don't tell me that that don't control y'all, because it does. When y'all had that monthly thing that come on and stuff like that, what? It controls your psychological thinking, the way your reaction, how you deal with things, how you react to things and so forth. When you get menopause, and some of y'all might be too young for that, I've seen women in menopause that the same reaction just about as if they had that monthly cycle thing. That thing controls y'all, all them hormones. Every hormone's always bouncing back and forth, changing in y'all. You know? So we understand that there's nothing wrong with that. That's the nature in y'all. You know what I'm saying? But beware the type of men that you pick, you know. Now, granted, all men, we have that nature in us as that we have to control that beast. And y'all know what beast I'm talking about. So, you know, I'm talking about from the navel down, you know, from the navel chakra down. We call that the animalistic nature, you know. And the only way that can be controlled is by everything from the navel on up, all the way to the crown chakra. You know, the crown chakra and the spiritual and the mental. I'm not going to get into that because, you know, I'm not going to get too deep into that because this conversation right now is not really a conversation, but what I'm trying to share with y'all is about how to choose a man, a good man. You choose him by his character. See, y'all get caught up in this fantasy thing. Because he look good, because he got money, because he got a nice car, because he got the bling bling, this, that, and the other. Come on. Y'all got to be more responsible in your decision making when it comes to that. And if you don't know, go to somebody in the family, your uncle or somebody who's an older man who knows men who can try to show y'all something or teach y'all something about when it comes to your selection and choosing a man and what to look out for.